Hey, before you start watching this video, I wanted to let you know real quickly that I found this one in the vault. I filmed it over 8 months ago, and I realized I never actually posted it. So this week, I've been working on a huge video I'll be posting later this week on over the weekend. But I was looking for something kind of short and sweet that I could post midweek, and I went, oh, okay, well, I have this one. So I added American Sign Language to it because I try to do that for one video a month, and I missed July by a hair. So there will be 2 ASL-accessible videos for August, and actually I'm going to come on at the end of this video again and talk about whether any of my opinions on the content I recorded 8 months ago have changed. So have fun, and I'll see you again at the end. Hello, welcome or welcome back, as the case may be. This is Kristie with AGTakesover. This is my channel where I focus exclusively on American Girl stuff. Glad you're here. Today, I'm uploading a video that literally no one has requested. I know often you hear people say, this is a highly requested video. This wasn't even a requested video, but I just wanted to share my thoughts about what draws me personally to a channel or to a specific video. And of course, I would love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Super relevant. And if you like what you see, if you like my videos in general, be sure to subscribe. If you want a heads up when I post new content, just click that notification bell. Give things a thumbs up when you like them. Comment to make it interactive. You know the drill. Let's dig in. So the first thing that I'm paying attention, well, I don't know, these are not in order. One thing that matters to me is the person's voice. I'm actually kind of picky about this, and I know that's probably not fair because you can't always control the sound of your voice, but it does matter. It's what you're listening to. You think of certain voices like, oh, Mr. Rogers, so relaxing, so calming. Yes, I want that person walking me through a crisis. Or like a yoga instructor, I want that person giving me positive affirmations. There's just certain voices that work better than others. And, I don't need somebody to have such a soothing voice that's going to put me to sleep. But if somebody sounds like Fran Fine from The Nanny or Janice from Friends, that's abrasive and grating, and I'm probably not going to keep watching even if I otherwise like the content. Another thing that draws me to a person's channel or their video is if they don't use an excess of slang that's probably going to be outdated pretty soon. I don't mind videos having slang in them, obviously. I don't mind that your video reflects the language of the day. That makes sense. But some of it's going to feel really cringy in a year or 2 or 3 or 4. And personally, I do watch several years old videos. If there's a good All My Dolls video or a good DIY tutorial or a really massive dollhouse tour, I will watch that even if it's 3, 4, 5, 7 years old. And I might watch it again and again if I really enjoyed it. I probably won't watch if it's full of things like #squad goals, YOLO. Oh my gosh, that's so ratchet. So I try to be mindful in my own videos of not using too much language that's going to feel dated in a year or 2. And I guess I'm gravitated to videos that do the same. Next up, I put unapologetic. Maybe that's not the right word. Maybe not unapologetic, but I definitely like it when content creators don't feel the need to apologize at every turn. It's okay if you don't post every single Wednesday. It's okay if you take a break, if your voice cracks, if the camera occasionally shakes, if the lighting isn't award-winning. It is okay to apologize, but I'm a big fan of saving that for situations that actually warrant it. Especially given how predominantly female the AGTube community is, it's just nice to watch videos where girls and women buck the system and don't apologize for every little thing. Just take up space, be human. I'm here for it. Next up, I love content that is focused and purposeful, and I want to say this in a way that isn't snarky. This is not an issue I run into frequently, but every once in a while I've come across a video where I feel like the person is just going on and on and on to add length to the video. Chatty? Fine. Chatty that's purposeful and engaging? I love. Chatty just because someone's thoughts aren't organized? Not super appealing, but understandable. Chatty if it feels like the person is strictly talking to increase watch hours or potentially monetize their videos is an actual turnoff for me. Like I said, it fortunately does not happen often, but I've seen it happen occasionally. And it's definitely something that I keep in mind when I'm creating my videos, because I know how I feel about it. And I want people to know beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is never the case with me. Like, I value viewers' time and I don't want to waste it. So, yeah, focused, purposeful content. That brings me to good sound editing. This is definitely an area where I think that I can improve, but good sound editing in a video is so appealing. Some people are just really thoughtful in their choice of background music. They even time the changes in the music to match the changes in topics or scenes within their video. The volume of their speech is the main thing that you hear, but the background music is still audible enough to enhance the video and not overpower it. I really notice that sort of thing and I appreciate it, and it inspires me to improve. So I'm definitely drawn to that. Another thing that I find appealing about a video or a channel is if it has educational value. It doesn't have to, but it can be a plus. If there are cute clothes in your Dressing My Dolls video, I want to know where you got them. If you have a unique perspective, I want to learn from that. I featured Blind Dolly Girl in my Small Channel Sunday video for just that reason. By the way, go check out that channel if you haven't yet. If you do decent tutorials that will empower me to create fun stuff for my dolls, I'm interested. If you have an opinion video, but you bring in some history or research or trivia, as opposed to it being solely opinion, I really appreciate that. So yeah, it's not a prerequisite, but it's definitely a bonus. And I remember channels that do have some educational value and go back to them. Another thing that matters to me is the length of the video. Too short or too long, and I'm probably going to skip it. That sounds harsh. I do make exceptions. I'll occasionally watch a video that's under 5 minutes, but it's usually because someone whose taste I trust recommended it. And generally, I only watch something over like 23, 25 minutes if I'm already familiar with the person's channel and I trust that the content will be worthwhile, or if it's a topic I'm really, really interested in and the thumbnail looks well done. But most of the videos I watch are probably at least 7 to 10 minutes, and they don't often run over 20 to 25 minutes. This is obviously just a personal preference. I feel like if it's too short, the person doesn't really kind of hit their stride and kind of find their groove, so to speak. But if it's too long, then I feel like I have to clear space in my calendar to watch a video. And that's just a level of commitment I'm not usually ready for. So yeah, this one matters to me. Speaking of video length, I do only have a few more points. One of them is keep plugs short and sweet. So I do not mind at all. Certainly as a content creator, I understand the desire to encourage people to subscribe and encourage them to engage with your content and promote an upcoming video. All of that stuff is fine, but I really appreciate when people are mindful that their audience might not want to hear it as much as they want to say it. So yeah, short and sweet. I think this next point is pretty common. Most people appreciate a consistent look and feel of a channel over time. If you're used to kind of soft, whimsical music playing in the background and suddenly EDM is loudly competing with the narration of a video, that's jarring. So yeah, I think that many YouTubers are really good about this. They're really mindful about it, and I appreciate it. This last point seems super obvious. The content I like to see. But what I mean is, even if the editing is amazing, and even if I love the person's voice, and even if the video length is exactly what I'm looking for, and all of those things that I mentioned, I'm not going to watch it if I'm simply not interested in that type of video. So that's a good reminder for me. I could do all of these things right, and somebody won't watch my videos because these aren't the kind of videos they're interested in, and that's okay. So for me, here's the recap of what makes an AGTube video or channel stand out from among the rest. I like the voice. The vocabulary is not going to sound cringy or dated in 6 months. They're not over apologizing. There's not a whole lot of fluff. So the commentary is focused and purposeful. Good sound editing. Hopefully I can walk away having learned something. Video length that's kind of in that sweet spot for me personally. Any plugs for the channel or for future videos or past videos are kind of kept short and sweet so you can focus on the content of that video. The look and the feel is consistent, so I feel like I know what to expect from a certain channel and content that I like, obviously. This is it for me. but I do not represent every audience member, right? I would love to know what draws you to a channel or draws you to certain videos in the comments. If you want to share what you don't like, just be kind. We are all entitled to our own likes and dislikes, but we're also human with feelings, so kindness is good. Okay, so 8 months later, what has changed? Sound editing still is important to me and still is a challenge personally. Voiceover stuff, obviously you can hear just fine, but when I'm on camera, it tends to be a little quiet, so I'm still working on that solution. I did realize a lot of this doesn't apply to AGSM videos. Like, you don't have any obligation at all to be educational. I don't have that expectation for AGSMs at all. It was more things that I like in commentary channels. And also, I think I've kind of evolved in terms of my views on video length. I will watch videos that are 1 minute. I will watch videos that are 40 minutes. And I was a little bit more, it has to be in that sweet spot in the middle before. I do still feel like don't drag things out just for the sake of making a longer video. Nobody appreciates that. So guess not that much has changed. Anyway, I have a big video coming out this weekend, so please check back in for that. But in the meantime, if you want to binge watch, I've got a playlist for you on the left, and on the right is my most recent video in case you missed it. All right, take care.